Eagles also had a draft this week, and they went round 1, pick 20. Makai Lemon, wide receiver out of USC, was the Bolitnikov. I don't know if that's how you say it, but he was the receiver of the year in college football. Should be pretty good. This was a patented Howie Roseman pick. He was expected to be a top 15 guy, started sliding, and Howie trades up ahead of the Steelers to snag him at pick 20. This is just further proof that I think this Eagles offense is changing, right? The Eagles and Jalen Hurts have not thrown the ball over the middle of the field very much. That's something that fans have criticized a lot. And this was really most of his production in college, right? He's a shorter guy, going to operate out of the slot, a little bit smaller, but he is physical.
You put that film on, man. This guy can play some ball.
Catches everything. They're playing some highlights where he is going up and getting the ball.
Strong receiver too, man. He's a strong receiver.
A lot of the comparisons are the Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mini Puka Nakua. And you see exactly what this offense that Sean Mannion is bringing with all the motions and shifting the formations from 3x1 to 2x2, having those guys insert some of the creative, unique things they might be able to do with this guy. Cowboys not too happy that the Eagles traded up for him, or that the Cowboys traded with the Eagles to allow them to come up to 20 and draft Makai Lemon. At JD Cowboys 2, I deadass would have rather traded with North Korea. That's a pretty hilarious tweet right there. I don't know how many picks North Korea had in this one. Didn't see a lot of the Koreans off the board. We have Jerry Jones on trading with the Eagles. If I eliminated trading with all the teams that I wanted to beat their ass, you wouldn't have anybody left to trade with.
Meaning he wants to whoop everybody's ass, not just the Eagles. So if he needs to trade, he's not just, not trading to one team. Yeah.
Well, we sure appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, Eagles have done this where they've been trading up recently. I feel like Howie, a lot of this has gone from like when he sees somebody sliding and sees the perceived value, especially if it's at a position of need, he is not shy at pulling the trigger. Did the same thing with Jalen Carter. Obviously, we drafted value with Cooper DeJean as he was sliding in the draft a couple years ago. They've been doing a great job of getting value out of some of these picks in terms of like where the consensus has them rated. Pick 2, they go tight end from Vanderbilt, Eli Stowers. I don't know anything about him because I don't watch a lot of college football. I know
quite a bit about him, man. This kid is a fucking
then go ahead,
stud.
Travis. Please tell me.
You guys got a stud, man. The word around town is he doesn't have quite the size, but I'm telling you, man, this kid knows how to play some fucking football, man. He knows how to run routes. He's got a good feel. He can run, and when he has the ball in his hands, man, you'd be surprised on how much with this lack of size that they're saying, how many tackles he breaks and just how good he is, man. He was one of Vanderbilt's best players, I thought, when I watched him play.
And again, it's another thing with this offense, right? Big decision you have to make. Do you go 11 personnel? Do you go 12 personnel? How can you do all these runs and concepts and motioning guys around? And 12 personnel, a lot of teams utilize it. I mean, the Rams were utilizing 13 personnel, one running back with 3 tight ends. When you have a guy that can go out wide while also coming inside and block linebackers and safeties, crack down on the defensive end, you have screen options with them. These guys are very valuable, and we see it addressed right away with the first-round pick with Makai Lemon and the second-round pick with Eli Stowers.
Oh, yeah.
Third pick, they address the offensive line. Obviously, Lane Johnson is getting a little bit older. We thought they would take a tackle at some point. Some people thought it would be earlier in the draft. They end up addressing it at the third round at pick 68 with Markel Bell. Monstrous of a man. This guy is huge. We don't have his stats up here, but he's something like 6'9", 350, basically. He is a big boy. He's a big boy. He's a big man out here in Philadelphia.
How big of a boy are you?
He's a big boy. He's a big old son of a gun. Honestly, this one, I mean, mountain of a man. Long arms, big old hands. Not the most fleet of foot, which is a little surprising in some ways to me because this system is more rooted in outside zone concepts. Traditionally, these offenses have drafted guys that can open their hips and run and cut off on the backside and do screens and play well with the misdirection game. This guy is suited to be a great pass blocker, right? Drop back, long arms, very rangy, going to be very good in that regard as long as he can mirror and redirect with people. More of a power downhill guy, which some of these offenses have shifted recently. The Rams now run more duo than they do outside zone, right? Those offenses started in outside zone. Now they're running more dive concepts, more downhill plays. Maybe that's something that'll tell you about what the Eagles think they might do in the future. They don't go with the smaller, more athletically nimble tackle. They go with the big stalwart that'll be able to protect the quarterback and run downhill runs. Interesting pick there in the third round. Round 5, they go Cole Payton. Get a little quarterback depth from North Dakota State. We've had some North Dakota State success at the quarterback position.
Okay, Carson.
Shout out. Cole Payton. Interesting, we still have Tanner McKee on the roster. Obviously, Jalen Hurts is a starter. We still have Tanner McKee. Went out and signed in this offseason Andy Dalton. Now we have another quarterback in the room and Cole Payton in round 5. Round 6, they go Micah Morris. Different than Markel Bell. Equally as big. Monsters, man. This guy is explosive. He's close to that 350 bill mark too. I mean, he's a big boy. He's a big boy out here in Philadelphia. He's close to 340, pushing that, something like that. I mean, the jersey's hanging on for dear life when you put that tape on. He is 6'5", huge, but this guy can move. I mean, he's jumping 30 inches at that weight. He's running sub 5 in the 40. I don't even know if that's true, but his RAS score was off the charts.
Get this dude out of here.
Anyways, but honestly, this guy can move. Very explosive. Honestly, you look at the metrics, it's like, why was this guy around in the 6th round? Which kind of is concerning a little bit. Like when you're that big, that strong, that fast, you're not supposed to be there in the 6th round, right? You're usually going earlier. So maybe the tape is more of a developmental player. I don't know I didn't watch him specifically, but when you look at the metrics, like this guy should be a much higher pick. Maybe he doesn't bend well. I don't know. We'll find out though. I'm excited to watch him play. I like watching big athletic freaks of nature, which gets me to the next guy in the 7th round. Uar Bernard from Nigeria. He's never even fucking played football, but he looks like a Nigerian god, not a Greek god, a Nigerian Greek god. He's fucking huge. Look at, pull up his shit. 6'4.5", 306 pounds, 6% body fat, 39-inch vertical, 10'10" broad jump, 14 inches longer than any other defensive tackle, 4'6", 340. If you put it side by side with Myles Garrett, he's dwarfing him. One caveat though, he hasn't played football.
Oh yeah. Just a small.
He's a D lineman. Just fucking run fast and hit people and get in the way. Wreak havoc. Knock shit over. You're fucking superhuman. Put his highlights up of him working out. Because I do want to point this out. I'm kind of being funny. There's a lot on this kid's shoulder because of what happened with Jordan Mailata, right? The Eagles in the 7th round.
Well, there's a lot on this kid's shoulders because he just got compared to Myles Garrett.
Well, but before we get to it, watch these highlights and tell me what you see. Because I noticed something right away that I think is going to take some time to develop. Not this part. Look at that. I mean, what the fuck is this? It's like they went to the Arnold Classic and found the biggest specimen they could. Here's where I started noticing stuff. What do you see?
I mean, he's just not used to moving like a football player. He can get going straight, but he's just got to put in a lot of work, and it's a different type of skill set, man.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing. The metrics are off the charts. So to get a guy with this much physical talent in the 7th round is incredible. But he's never played the game. There's a level of stiffness in the change of direction and the agility that he's going to have to develop, right?
And there's an understanding of the game to have the savviness to play the game within the game that is, yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's definitely a developmental guy, but to get drafted in the 7th round is quite the feat for him. All that hard work that he's done to put into his body to get to where he is right now, man, hats off, brother.
If he can learn to play with great pad level, work on changing direction more efficiently, using his hands. If this all pans out, you could have an incredibly high player with a high ceiling. Those are a lot of ifs. And it is rare for a guy that's never played the game to just come in and learn the sport. Even though football and defensive line in particular, like, dude, you take big, fast, strong people, they usually pan out. But this is a very green player. It did work out with Jordan Mailata. For every Jordan Mailata it works out with, there are guys that it doesn't work out with. I remember Brock Lesnar got brought into a camp one year with the Minnesota Vikings, and he was there for like maybe 1 or 2 preseason games. And I mean, he is a physical specimen.
Yeah.
You have to also have the knowledge of the game, the desire, the love of the game, especially if you're going to be playing in the trenches. You got to want it.
We're going to see how much he wants it, man, because you're going to get double teamed. You're going to get blindside. You're going to get trap blocked. Like it's as much of a mental game in that interior as it is physical, and it can get pretty taxing on you or at least it can get pretty humbling in the beginning for him. So hopefully he sticks at it, and hopefully the Eagles found someone that's got that Jordan Mailata type spark to him.
Well, what Jordan had obviously was great coaching too. Jeff Stoutland, it took him 2 years working with Jordan to try and get him on the field, right? He almost got cut up until the moment he started producing. This guy's going to be working with Clint Hurt. Jeremiah Washburn. There's really good coaches that the Eagles have on that side of the ball. And if I'm a coach, I am so excited to work with this kid. You see these metrics, there's potential there. The explosion, the linear ability to move is astronomical. You don't see these kind of numbers out of football players really ever at this size.
Yeah.
So if that type of linear explosion, if we can get the agility going, if we can get the body mechanics right, and we can teach the technique in rushing the passer and defending the run and how to use your hands and how to sink your hips and understand formations, there's going to be a learning process, but I am very excited to see if this kid can get it done.
Do you think he's an interior D-line or do you think he's an edge guy? They gave the comparison to Myles Garrett, the 40 and the broad jump and the explosiveness. All that sounds good on paper, but I think he's kind of more of a 3 technique, just based off of how his hips are and just, the techniques and everything like that.
I think he'll be a 3-4 D end and he'll be a 3 technique when they reduce from a certain side, right? He's not going to be, he might be able to play a 5 technique with an outside background, the ball outside of him. I doubt they have him on the edge, right? I doubt he's going to be that player. Maybe, some teams have done that with bigger guys, especially early downs, to just man mountain D and tight ends.
Yeah.
But I would expect this guy probably to get a lot of work at 3 technique, 4 technique, 5 technique, and base defense.
I can't wait to see this guy put the pads on first day. I can't wait.
I'm going to go down there just to watch it myself. He had 3 picks in the 7th round. There's actually a pick right before that. I glossed over it. Cole Wisniewski, safety from Texas Tech, played with a Wisniewski. He would not transition to a safety. We also got round 7, pick 252, Keyshawn James Newby, outside linebacker, New Mexico. So Eagles, opposite of the Chiefs, they go offense early with some of those higher picks. And then once they got to the later rounds, really started addressing some of the defensive needs. Well, still it's primarily offense, actually. They didn't draft a defensive guy until round 7, but then they went straight defense. Either way, I'm excited a lot about this class. The other part of the Eagles draft was Howie trading the 2 third-round picks to the Vikings for Jonathan Grenard. This was a missing piece on that defense. Obviously, Jalen Phillips signed a $120 million deal in free agency. They lost out on that edge defender who really brought a lot to the defense midway through the season. Now they get Jonathan Grenard, a very good player from Minnesota.
4 years, $100 million.
Yeah.
How much money does Philly have, man?
Howie is a wizard. I mean, he just finds a way to get it done. I don't know that I feel like they can finagle whatever they want because they just know how to structure it. I don't really understand how it works. Oh, also got to shout out Jeffrey Lurie for spending the money. But yeah, they find a way to get really good players, and they do it very often by spending a fuck ton of money. So shout out to the Luries for investing in the team. Shout out to Howie for understanding the salary cap and how to finagle every dollar you can out of that thing to maximize the talent on the roster. So that is also a huge part of the Eagles draft, which ultimately, with that alone, it's a successful draft. Mekhi Lemon pan out. Some of these guys they picked, the tight end from Vanderbilt. I mean, this guy in the 7th round, if we get another Jordan Mailata, although I don't want to start